Hello everyone, welcome back to LMSimulation here on YouTube, and a wonderful Platinum Jubilee bank holiday weekend to everyone. I hope everyone has been having a lot of fun. We are now towards the end of the Platinum Jubilee weekend. Everyone's going to be going back to work tomorrow with sore eyes and full of plenty of booze, I'm sure. Absolutely. But we are, all of us here at LMSimulation are wishing Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II a wonderful Platinum Jubilee, as she has made it all the way through to the Platinum celebrations. God knows, she might make it further, but we never know. We'll have to live and learn. But anyway, we are going to be doing a special Train Simulator Classic Platinum Jubilee celebration today, and I'm going to showcase you everything about this. So, first things first, what route am I on? Well, this is not Dovetail Games' London to Portsmouth. That's the one I'm thinking of. Why was I thinking of London to Brighton? I've no idea. Anyway, this is not London to Portsmouth, or Portsmouth Direct Line, as people will have known it from many years ago. This is, in fact, a very different route indeed. And I'm going to jump into the cab, because it is quite loud here at London Waterloo, to showcase you a little bit more. So, we have got AP weather installed on this route. This is not your normal route. So, this has been created by Photon66. Now, Photon66, his real name is David Scott, is a well-known developer back in the Train Simulator 2013 days, and he uploaded a route onto UKTS, which is a site that many people don't use anymore, thanks to, well, it was basically the predecessor to Alan Thompson Sim, and he uploaded in 2017 an amended version of his Southwest England version 1 route. Now, this route is fantastic in all aspects except 3. One of them is the scenery, 2 of them is the player ability, and 3 of them is the fact that it just doesn't work right. So it's a bit of a funny route, this. I'm not reviewing it or doing anything about this. This is a very interesting route. You're going to see why. You cannot do a standard scenario on it. You just can't create the scenario for it. The scenario markers don't exist. There's nothing that you can really do to it. I've had to do this in a free roam, so we'll have to be setting up our route as we go along, but I'll dive straight into it. This is Southwest England version 1. I'll provide a link to it below. You can get it from UK Train Sim. Do I recommend it or not? That's not going to be in question today. I'm not going to have any view on this whatsoever. This is the route. This is the only way to get to where I want to go in this Jubilee special. So, let's go here on LMSimulation. So first things first, I'm going to show you what we've got. We have a Class 67 Royal Sovereign 67006 in its current livery. So it used to have a little red band at the bottom down here. Now it's got a silver band, which looks much better, I think. It looks much more professional. We are hauling the Royal Train coaches from Dovetail Games. Now these are not fantastic. They do a job. They do it alright. They don't look amazing. They look very playful in my mind. But maybe someone can put an enhancement pack into these sometimes. So as you can see, you've got some sort of weird stuff going on down there. Don't ask me. Don't ask me why. I've got no idea what this train is doing. Anyway, right at the bottom here. Don't ask. Right at the bottom here, you've got the Class 67 Diamond Jubilee. Now this reskin was not included in the Armstrong Powerhouse enhancement pack of the 67. Don't ask me why. It would have been a lovely addition. But Dovetail Games have done it already, as you can see. Here we go, Diamond Jubilee. I know we're on the Platinum Jubilee, but this is probably the most appropriate livery for all this. So I'll get a nice little photo of our Diamond Jubilee train here. And lovely. Another one there, lovely stuff. Right, so lovely. Super. Right, so our trip today is going to take us from here, where we are in London Waterloo Station. The Queen has been out doing her celebrations and she needs to go back home to Windsor. It is the Platinum Jubilee 2022. How are we going to get her there? Well, we're going to get her there via the line to Windsor. Now, Windsor and Eton Riverside, or Windsor and Eton Central, neither of which have ever been in Train Simulator before. And not counting this route, they still aren't. But this route is a bit interesting, a bit funky, clunky, difficult to determine, very difficult to install, very difficult to source the assets for, and I installed this maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, and I'm so glad I did, because it opens up a whole new sort of array of places you can go, and I will be doing another video on this route in further detail in the future, that is for sure, but just not today. So we're going to be taking this train via Clapham Junction, and we're going to be heading to Windsor and Eton Riverside. Now if I zoom out and show you the route, bloody hell, he's done a lot of work. And I'm not going to say a lot of work, I'm going to say a humongous amount of work, because nearly all of these places have scenery, and that is insane, right? So this is Reading up here, you've got Windsor and Eton Riverside here, you've got Kew Gardens, that sort of loop down there, go via Richmond. You can also go this way, which goes via Twickenham, I believe, and that sort of way. You've got many different areas to go down, places I've never heard of. Is this Dorking, is it? Yeah, Dorking. Yeah, I'm not very good at places on this route. You've got Guildford here. You actually got a bit of the route that goes down to sort of, the North Downs, as they call them. So you can actually take a train all the way. You can if we had a 769 in this game, you could drive it from Reading to Guildford, which is quite interesting. I tell you that. You've got, well, I say that you can't. Because the line here via Wokingham or whatever it is not included. Don't know why. He's done everything else apart from that line, which is a bit bizarre. But if you so wanted to do a diversion service and reverse at Ascot, yeah, be my guess. You're more than welcome to do that. Anyway, so this route doesn't stop ever. I believe you've got Portsmouth Harbour down here, but it's not modelled. That part of the route is not modelled, because it already is in Train Simulator in a different version. What you do have instead is Fareham, you do have Southampton over here, and then it just keeps on going. So you've got Lymington down here, all the way down to Weymouth, and then if you wanted to, you can also go all the way to Exeter. This route has London, Waterloo to Exeter in it, and that is a video I'm going to be doing at some point. It's going to be a drive time video, but that's not going to be probably until at least later this year, possibly a Christmas special. We're going to take the Christmas special Southwestern Railway to Exeter, but that will be a long way away. Today we're only taking the short journey. We're here in Waterloo over here, and we're taking the journey up to here in Windsor and Eton Riverside. This is a free road, so I will have to set the route as we go along, so please bear with me as I do that. In the meantime, we'll get going. Just bear in mind that the signals don't work. Nothing you can do about that. Just press tab and they'll just let you through, whatever. There won't even be any positioning lights or anything. It just is what it is. So I'm going to turn the game sound up just a tad so that you get a little bit more of a better experience. Just without me making it too loud. There we go. That'll do. So, welcome on board the Queen's Platinum Jubilee Express. Let's get going. So, I'm going to put it into forward. I'm going to turn the ETH on, which is going to make it a little bit louder in here. So bear with me. There we go, ETH is turned on. I'm going to also turn on the driver vigilance device to make it very realistic, and we are going to be a Class 1 service, 1 X-ray, meaning we are very high priority. We are non-stop all the way to Windsor and Eton Riverside. So, we're going to see some places on this trip today that you've never seen before in Train Simulator. I'm fairly sure you will never have seen them. We're going to explore this route in a whole lot of detail at some other point. Just bear in mind that this route is set when the international terminal is still defunct, so you will not be able to use the international terminal over there, unfortunately. Seems like we're doing alright at the moment, so our speed limit here is 15 miles per hour, so I'm going to make sure we don't exceed that. Keep Her Majesty the Queen all comfortable in the back. That's what we want. We want her to be comfortable. That's the main thing at the end of the day. This is her special train. But yeah, a route I've never really rated, and we'll go into further detail why as we get along, but most of all I hope everyone's having a fantastic Platinum Jubilee weekend wherever you are in the world. It's gorgeous, lovely little sunset here. It's just gone 8 o'clock, it's 20 past 8. We're hoping to be in in Windsor and Eton Riverside by 9 at the very latest, which will mean that she can jump off the train. Probably not quite literally, but yeah, get off the train and head towards her final destination, which is the Windsor Castle, which we will be able to see when we get to Windsor. Have we got another red light here? We do. We're going to have to press tab again. Yep, I'm doing it. I'm trying to press tab, not doing anything. I wonder if it's going to go bing. Nope. No, it seems to think it's red. It's not red. I can guarantee you it's not red. I've set the route up myself on this route, so you're just going to have to bear with it. It's not going to be 100% accurate. As you can see, I've set the route up absolutely perfectly through Vauxhall, but these signals, they just don't work. For some weird reason, they just don't want to work, so we'll just live with that. Anyway, we're on a 60 now, going up to a 40. So let's get our arse into gear and get Her Majesty the Queen over to her castle very, very quickly. Now, the first thing I'm going to say during this whole video is I'm not really a huge royalist. I haven't got anything on display or anything like that. Today is Friday the 3rd of June. Today is the Queen's Platinum Jubilee Day. It is the specific day that's been given to her. As a result of that, there's a lot of celebrations going on and stuff like that. I am attending barbecue this evening, just to, basically to celebrate it, and also celebrate my mum's birthday, which was a couple of days ago as well. So it's just the one and only time we can get all the family together on days off. I'm off work, everyone's mostly off work, to be honest. Although I'm back to work tomorrow, so feel sympathy for me. I don't get a 4-day weekend, I get a 2-day weekend. So it's very weird. It is very weird indeed. Just trying to sort of match the shifts up with what everyone else is doing. I seem to have a very odd sort of shift. There, the signals have started working now. So we're here on the WF, which is the Windsor Fast, or what they call the Down Windsor Fast, DWF, because we're heading away from London, so we're heading down. This is Vauxhall, so I'll do a little toot toot salute, which you're not meant to do if you're the train driver of the Royal Train, but hey. There we go. Nice little toot toot salute to everyone here at Vauxhall. And we're back up to 60 miles an hour, so I'll put ourselves back up to 50. And we'll head on our way. The next stop on this service will indeed be Windsor Eton Riverside. It's a bit different doing this route in a 67. Most people would do it in a 450, a 444, maybe a 455, maybe 456, 170, 158. I say 170s because Southwest trains used to have them. Yeah, there's a huge wealth of stuff you can do. You can even do the new 700s, which is something that I want to do at some point. That will be the focus of a future video, definitely. The full route review will be done in a Class 700, and then we'll be doing a special video, the drive time video later this year, all the way to Exeter. Because you can, I can't believe it, but you can drive all the way to Exeter on this. Credit where credit's due, in terms of a route, this one is insane. It just goes on and on and on, and as long as you have the assets for it, it is fantastic. It really is. It just doesn't work. It's the only problem. And I'm guessing that he couldn't find the route of the issue, or he didn't have time or whatever, but this route hasn't been updated since 2017. That's the last time anyone's touched it, and that's 5 years ago now, so it really does tell you something. So we're going Queenstown Road, Battersea. We're going via the platform here. Hoping to get us up to 60 before we have to get down to that 20. Don't want to push this train too much because, as you say, you've got the Queen on board, so you want to keep her nice and safe. So there you go, Queenstown Road, Battersea Station there. So all of this is standard as per now. Everything's as it should be. This is all stuff that's included in the main Train Simulator Classic experience from the Portsmouth Direct Line extended to London. Includes all of this stuff. So I'm going to start to slow down from that 20 shortly. So as you can see, the sun's setting there on the right. We want to basically get to Windsor before the sun has completely set. So that will be a nice little achievement for us all. So let's start to slow down for this 20-mile-an-hour speed limit that is coming up, sooner rather than later. have got Clapham coming up. We've got Clapham Yard on the left-hand side, which is full of trains, because I have sort of tried to make this into a real scenario, but you just can't. I've done as much as I can. I've put some AI in various different places, non-moving AI that is, because it's a free roam, so you can't put moving AI in it. But there you go, you've got some of the carriage washers there for the yard at Clapham, the depot. Well, I should say a depot, but it's actually called Clapham Yard in real life. So we've got 20-mile-an-hour speed limit coming through here, and I haven't checked the route, so I can only presume we are going the right way. Yes, we are. I don't know if this is the fast line or the slow line. I'm going to keep it on this line because it seems right. We want to be on this line when we get to Barnes, so. Obviously you can head off to Barnes Bridge, or you can head through. But this is Clapham Junction. Welcome to London's previous busiest station, or the UK's previous busiest station. Hasn't been the busiest station in quite a while now, actually, unfortunately. We've got a red, which we'll have to tab through. This route loves giving you false signals. It really does. Oh, look, it's the train bow on the South Western Railway. That's lovely to see. And you've got a nice little 707 in there as well. Won't see them anymore, fortunately. I've also got this. This is Train Sim Designs, I believe, who have done this, or Vulcan Productions, one of the two, probably Vulcan Productions. But that is that's the special livery that the 450 and some artwork that they've done. Looking very nice indeed, definitely. Right, let's get us back up to 60. Use the line speed. We've got a nice little 444 there as well. I'm going to just save this scenario as we go along, because it is a little bit temperamental, this route. One of the aspects it doesn't work is that it can crash. It can not frequently crash, but it can crash. So that's one of the things you just got to be prepared for. If it does crash, I'll cut the video and we'll just jump back in wherever I left off. That's why I'm going to keep saving it, just to make sure. But now we're going to continue up to 60 miles an hour, which is the line speed, as we head off towards Windsor. So the route today is going to take us sort of Twickenham, and then we're going to head towards Staines. At Staines you can turn left to head towards Ascot and stations to Reading, or you can head right to head on the branch line over to Windsor and Eton Riverside, which is where we're going. I have a feeling we're not going to get up to a huge line speed. The general line speed for this line is between 60 and 75. It's sort of the perfect line for a class 455. You don't really need to go much higher than that. That's probably why the 455s have served Reading for so long. So we're going to stay on this outer line because the outer line takes us away from the Kew Gardens Richmond loop, which we don't want to go round. We'd prefer to stay on the main line, heading towards Twickenham. So if I just double check us on the class 9, not the class 9, but the number 9 map, you've got Putney here, which we're heading towards now. That's the East Putney portal there. You've got Barnes, and we're going to head straight past Barnes here and head towards Mortlake and stations towards Richmond. Oh, this is Richmond here, sorry. So that must be Kew Bridge, Kew Gardens, Kew Bridge, that sort of area, yeah. So this is Richmond here, where the North London line terminates. And then you head down the route towards Twickenham, as I said. I just want to make sure the lines are set as they should be. Yeah, so you don't want to head off at Twickenham, you definitely want to go straight ahead. Twickenham and St Margaret's, that's got to be a contention for the two closest stations in the country. There can't be much between them. You'll notice that when we get closer to Twickenham. So this is Putney, I believe. The sun is definitely going in quicker than I would like, but hopefully we make it all the way to Windsor and Eton Riverside before the sun sets. It's sort of like a race. This it's the class 67 versus the curvature of the Earth. Now, if you remember rightly, and some of you people will be hotheads on the Top Gear out there, But Jeremy Clarkson did that. He did a race against the curvature of the Earth in a Jaguar, I believe. That was quite a fascinating episode, because I believe, can't remember, but did he win? Something insane. But yeah, don't try that at home, kids. There's policemen out there waiting for you to try stuff like that. So, where have I been recently? I was in Manchester yesterday, visiting some family, which was nice to see. It was just a bit of a pity because it seemed to me that there was a lot of stuff going on. I have to travel on the trams, on the Metrolink, to be able to get to my family, and a lot of people have been put off going on the Metrolink due to major crime. You know, it's one of the most dangerous methods of transport in the country in terms of just trying to travel on it, just you know, to get to where you're going. Not sure if a lot of that is people just off put by rumours. I was fine, but I did notice that once I got to Manchester Victoria, I did notice that some people were arrested in front of me by the police who had to board. They weren't doing anything disruptive or anything. I believe it was they had this. I think they had a fare evasion operation on at Manchester Victoria, and around 60% of people who travel on those trams, I reckon, travel without tickets. It's very easy though. You just should just touch in and touch out, just like you would on the tube. But people just seem to believe that it's a free method of transport. But it's just ironic. I seem to notice that the people who take advantage of it are those who aren't taxpayers because they're not old enough. That's what I find. Quite an interesting fact, that. But yeah, so these people that were arrested, they were definitely quite a big chunk younger than me, and I'm not old. But yeah, just seem to think that, you know, who's paying for that to be run? You know, private company, but as taxpayers are putting our half in, you know, towards the council to help run these services. You know, and people like that are taking advantage of it. I think it's cruel. It really is. I think the police did exactly what they should have done. You know, I'm not too sure whether he was arrested on that or arrested for something else. I have a reason to believe he was arrested for something else. To me, though he was being searched, I believe, at the end. So I think the police must have noticed something else at the end of the day. But it is what it is. It's a very interesting world, unfortunately, for a lot of people. I just think, you know, it's not exactly an expensive day out. I mean, a day out, zone 1 to 3, which is more than you'll need, is £4.60 for just an adult. £4.60 is not a huge amount of money. It costs more money to go on the tube. It's insane. People take advantage of something that isn't genuinely expensive. It's not. In fact, I don't think I've ever been on a cheaper mode of transport than the Manchester trams. I genuinely haven't. So, anyway, welcome to Richmond, everyone. At least I believe this is Richmond. Yeah, this is Richmond. So we've got the tracks over there, which are for the London Underground, I believe the District line, as well as the London Overground North London line. So we're going to carefully traverse through Richmond as we head further and further out of London. Our next sort of milepost will be Twickenham, and then we'll be heading towards Staines. Once you get to Staines, we're only about 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes out of Windsor. So we are genuinely getting there nice and quickly, which is good to see. But yeah, it's been an interesting day out. I've never been on the trams. The route that I go on goes past one of the bin liner terminals, and I've never really ever seen anything in there. I've never been lucky enough. But yesterday I must have caught it quite right, because when I was waiting for the tram at Manchester Victoria to head towards where I was going on the Rochdale line, I noticed this Class 66 sounded its horn and powered through, absolutely powered through Manchester Victoria with a load of about 8 or 9 bin liner wagons. Not very long. The bin liners that I see near me are much longer than that. but I must admit it must be something to do with the length of the sidings near Newton Heath. But yeah, no, powered straight past, and then when I got my tram, we overtook it because it had parked up and it was waiting for clearance to go into the yard. So it's certainly interesting to see. Don't see that on your daily travel, not at all. So there you go, that's St Margaret's. So as I said, this distance between here and Twickenham is very small. So literally that's St Margaret's, and then in less than a couple of seconds time you'll be able to see Twickenham station appear out of the blue. And here it is. This is Twickenham station. So please answer me why you needed a station back there at St Margaret's when you've got Twickenham, which is here. That must be a quarter of a mile, something like that. Never really understood that anyway, but there you go, that's Twickenham. So that's our next major milestone, now heading towards Staines. So you can turn left here at Twickenham, as I'll show you on the map, and you'll head towards that's Strawberry Hill, so you've got the depot there at Strawberry Hill, and Kingston, so that's the Kingston loop there, that goes round there. But we're heading out towards Witton now, and then onwards towards, is that Felton? Yeah, Felton. And heading towards Ascot. Well, Staines. Hope not towards Ascot, because we're going in completely the wrong direction. But yeah, as I said, line speed is 60. You're not really going to get much higher than that on this section of line. It's not a fast line. So for like a train race, racing a train against the curvature of the earth, this is probably not the best line to choose. But hey, I wanted to do it because I've never really showcased this route before. It had to be something related to the Platinum Jubilee, and Windsor Castle is a big part of the royal community. I used to work on Windsor actually, so I used to see it every day. And trust me, on a lovely evening when the sun shines against one of the watchtowers, it's beautiful. It really is beautiful. That being, if the weather is nice though, it is beautiful. So which station is this? This is Witton. There you go, so welcome to Witton. It's going to take us down a bit now. Because we are getting towards 60 again. Don't know why there's two AWS things to that signal. Things like that, the quality assurance of this route is not up to scratch, but the route is actually not bad, it's actually a really good route. So it's a mixture of two things. It's clearly he knew what he wanted to do, but I think he was too ambitious. I really do. It paid off because it's a fantastic route. Don't get me wrong, but there are issues I see in various different places that could do with being ironed out. I'd love it if he had the time to just review it and just fix these issues. You know, if we could all supply a list of things that we noticed that was wrong with the route, and he was actively developing on it, then yeah, brilliant. But yeah, things like this where the bushes hang out. I noticed we had one just before a station a while back. Things like that, you know, where the bush needs to be cut back a little bit, you know, otherwise it just doesn't feel realistic. So, oh, 70. Let's get back up to speed. We're going to 70. In fact, shall we send it to 75 just to be able to get up to 70? Well, I feel like I'm really powering along now. There we go, that's 58. But the sun is slowly setting in the distance, so we're running out of time, guys. It might be dark by the time we arrive, you never know. I did want to get a nice screenshot of us going through Staines as well, so Staines is a lovely station to get some, hopefully the sun won't be setting by the time we get to Staines, but yeah, apparently the route is set incorrectly, so we need to fix that. We've got the loop there at Staines, which we're not going into, and then this is the road out to Windsor. So once we get to Staines, as I said, it's about 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes, and you'll be in Windsor, so nice and easy. No idea which station that is, doesn't have any station signage whatsoever. Just bear in mind that any station signage on this part of the route is custom made, so he has spent a lot of time in putting into this route. I'm not surprised if they weren't all finished, but there we go. It's approximately 8:30 now. Oh no, 20:38, so it's nearly 20 to 9. So we're doing alright, really. We are doing alright. I said if we get there by 9, we've done well. I reckon we'll get there by 9 easily. So. Let's take us down, so that's 70 miles an hour. We'll lose speed now. You just can't keep it just right. It's very difficult. So the next station we're going to pass through is Ashford. Ashford in Essex, not Ashford. Ashford in Essex? What am I going on? What? Oh my god. Where are we? Ashford in Surrey. That's it. Ashford in Surrey, not Ashford in Kent. Why did I think Ashford in Essex? We're not even close to Essex. Why did that go into my head? I have no idea. Anyway, this is Ashford, Surrey, which is actually quite near Heathrow Airport, which is just over there. If you look towards sort of the right-hand side over here, Heathrow Airport is probably around 4 miles to the right now, so that's roughly where we're at now. So we're just going on the southwestern side of it. A little bit further on the right would then be the Great Western Main Line as well. Keeping a steady 69 miles an hour. We are going to have to slow down when we get to Staines, which is a bit of a pity. But hopefully we can still get a nice screenshot once we get to Staines, nonetheless. And we're not going to be at very long. We're going to be at Staines in approximately just over a mile, so we're not doing too badly here at all. Here we go. This is Ashford, Surrey. There we go. Looking good. Custom signage and everything. Very nice indeed. A lot of effort gone into that. So just to show you the number 5 view, there isn't one. So I can't show you it. There you go. Right, so that's that covered. I genuinely couldn't remember if that was a number 5 view or not. So I was just going to go, oh, I want to show you the number 5 view. But I pressed it and nothing happened. So there you go. There isn't one. So get used to that. Got to slow down because we've got a 40 mile an hour speed limit coming up, so we've got a nice little speed warning sign there. Get down to 40. But what I'll do before that is I'll scoot ahead. This is Staines over here. Ooh, red signal, that's going to be difficult. See if we can get a nice little screenshot as we head through Staines. Is that signal going to go green? It's not, is it? We're going to be stuck on a red. Oh dear. So this is what I mean by the signals just that they don't work. They don't like sort of tell you what it should be. So we're going to have to press tab, which doesn't work either. So there you go. It's the only bad thing about this route. Try and get us to slow down a little bit more, so that we're ready. Time that just about right. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I just missed it. Too busy trying to set up the shot. Nice little sunset shot there, but we missed it. Oh. Well, we have to wait for the sun to come back. Don't know how long that's going to be. But we're back on the 40 mile an hour speed limit, so here we are. So now we've just passed through Staines. We literally just got to go through what's known as Raisbury, onwards to Sunnymeads, Datchet, which is over here, which is famous for having the level crossing, and then also into Windsor Eton Riverside. So literally we're probably around 8 to 9, maybe 10 minutes out now, so we're not far at all. And it has been fun. It's been really fun bringing this video to you today. It's I love it. You know, I love exploring new routes. I love showing it to you. There is so much content in this simulator. I could play it for the rest of my life and I would still never cover everything. So don't worry, there's a lot more where this came from. I did have a different video planned actually for this month on Train Simulator, and I have cancelled it now. This has replaced it. What we were going to cover in that video, we will cover in a future video anyway. But Train Simulator is basically going to be there. Farming Simulator is now taken over from ETS 2, so there's going to be a lot more Farming Simulator videos. ETS 2 I'm going to come back to probably on the other side of the summer. Just going to have a little bit of break, because I have done a hell of a lot of trucking recently, and I think essentially it'd be a good time now to focus on other stuff. And I believe, if I have a look at my schedule, I've got a brand new indie game that I'm going to be displaying, just showcasing. Just a quick video on it to see what it's like, a little bit of a gameplay playthrough, and then basically I'm going to remove it, so I'm never going to play it ever again. But it is an indie game. I did get it in a Steam sale about 12 months ago. I've never played it, so this is a good chance. A really good chance to be able to showcase it. So I am quite busy this month. I've got more trips planned than I would normally have in this month. Next month is even busier, in July. But I will always endeavour to get a video out no matter what. There will be a stream next. Well, I say that because there will be a stream this weekend, although that would have already have happened if you are watching this. So thank you very much. There will be a stream at some point, so I'm just going to have to cut down on the amount of streams that I'm doing at the moment. Just trying to focus on getting the YouTube videos out because I am very busy at the moment, which is a bit of a pity. So, hey ho, it is what it is. Well, hope everyone is having a fantastic Platinum Jubilee weekend. It is now the end of the Platinum Jubilee weekend. It's been so sad because, you know, we've enjoyed having this time off. It's been such a relief to be able to do it. I've been looking forward to it for quite a while, you know, to finally, I haven't really done much to leave my flat recently, just because I've been so focused on driving lessons, obviously the driving test, all of that built up. So for me it's just been a little bit different. If I can get that, oh, I can. And the sun gets it, slowly. Start slowing down. Yeah, I just needed to get a nice screenshot, that's all. Ah, there you go. Bingo! That'll do. So yeah, I just needed to get a nice little video out for this, focus on the different things. We have got quite an interesting month coming up with lots of different varied videos coming. I am very, very excited for that. The streams will happen as and when I can do it. As of next week I'm not going to be here. But I will endeavour to get a stream up as soon as feasibly possible, whenever I can. So our next video will indeed be on Train Sim World, so we'll endeavour to get that done. Feature some more lines that I've not done before, because there's always more stuff coming to Train Sim World, and particularly this line has been something I've been wanting to cover for a while, because I've not done a 37 in Train Sim World 2 actually at all yet. So this is a good chance to do it. But anyway, here we go. This is Sunny Meads. So now we officially have 2 stations left before we get to Windsor, which is our final destination on this series today. As you can see there, it's an island platform, so that's why the 30-mile-an-hour speed limit. You have to, you know, sort of weave in and out, as you can see here. A bit of a weird sort of design that. Don't know why they couldn't just do it normally and then prevent having to run at 12 miles an hour through the station. So we've got the 60 here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press the train length button. Wait for that to come back, which you should do in around 10 seconds. There we go. And then get us up to 50. We'll now head up towards 60 miles an hour for our final station stop, which is Datchet. We'll be passing through there, and the famous, well, I say famous, I don't know if they are famous. Famous in my mind, because you don't really get that many level crossings on this particular stretch of track. And Datchet is absolutely full of them. It's like they built the station on, they built the town on the railway rather than they built the railway on the town. It's kind of incidentally there anyway, so but it's famous in my mind for its terrifically bad traffic jams, because in order to get from one side of town to the other, you have to cross over the railway tracks, and when one railway crossing is down, the other one is as well. So there are quite frequently, especially during peak time, when there's more trains than normal and there's more traffic than normal trying to get through Datchet to get through to Slough and places like Ascot, there are quite frequently heavy delays. I'm talking about 30 plus minutes, because each, you go through and then the next car goes through and then the next car goes through and then the barriers come down because there's another train, because the trains are more frequent at peak time. So here's the famous barriers for you. I have sat behind them for a good 35 minutes. You get one and then you get another, as I just had said to you, so you literally can't get through that place. It is gridlock at peak time. It is absolute gridlock. So whatever you do, wherever you are in the world, don't go through Datchet at peak time. I think that's the moral of the story there. So we'll head back up to 60 miles an hour. I'm not sure if we'll get there, because obviously there's a series of weird turns as we head towards Windsor, and then we'll be finishing the video here at Windsor Eton Riverside, successfully delivering the Queen back to her home. And another driver can take over, take this train set back to Wolverton where it lives. That'll be back to Clapham Junction, and then at Clapham Junction you'll go up via the North London line, and then over to the West Coast Main Line. That will probably be the most direct route if I'm thinking of it on the top of my head. So yeah, over to Clapham Junction, up via Kensington, Olympia, Shepherd's Bush, West Coast Main Line, up to Wolverton. Job done. And Wolverton is where this train set lives, in case you don't know it already. But there we go, yeah, Windsor Eton Riverside, platform number 2 is coming into view. And this is our final destination for this service today. Hope everyone has enjoyed the video. It's been wonderful to bring it to you. I must admit, I've been meaning to bring this route to the channel for a long time. So you are more than welcome to have it here. I've been meaning to showcase this, but don't worry at all. There will be a lot more videos on this particular route, showcasing a lot more. In fact, now I've discovered it again, as I said, it might be my Christmas special. So anyway, here we go. This is Windsor Eton Riverside, successfully delivering the Queen back to her home at Windsor Castle. I'm not sure if you can see it up there, but that's meant to be it up there. It's Windsor Castle up there. Not quite got down to speed quick enough. We'll have a look at Windsor Castle very quickly while we wait for the train to come in. There we go, nice little Class 707, which I believe operate here in real life, or used to before they've now been withdrawn by Southwestern Railway. But there you go, that's Windsor Castle there. So you've got the chapel, you've got one of the watchtowers there. You know, they've actually done half decent job. I know it's a bit kit bash and whatnot put together, but you know, you're only going to see it from a distance, so hey ho. But there you go, there's your Class 707 sitting there. And this is the Royal Train arriving, delivering the Queen back to her destination. So let's have a look as the train arrives at the station. That's 707-002 over there. So this is it. this is me for now. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll tell you what, it's been very, very enjoyable bringing this train in from London Waterloo, and I have thoroughly enjoyed driving the Royal Train. It's a pleasure to drive. Those 67s are fantastic, they really are, especially with the Armstrong Powerhouse and Oxford Pack. But all links will be in the description below. This is not a scenario, it's a free roam, so this won't be included in the links below, but I will include the link to the route, which is available on the UK Train Sim website. But in the meantime, thank you everyone for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure bringing the Royal Train into Windsor for you. And that's me. My name's LMSimulation. Thank you very much for watching, and I will definitely see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your Platinum Jubilee weekend. All the best. Do take care. And ta-ra!